first chase works was where the school now is, on the field there.
And they used to have it by the church, St Anne's Church, supposedly the first church to be lit with electric lighting, so they say. There was a field there. It'd probably be where the school is originally, and I think that's where they first had the chase waves.
It was basically to do with the coal mines. In 1939, the Chase Wakes was the memorable thing of the year. Nothing ever came close to it because everyone looked forward to it year after year after year. Because, let's face it, in those days, there just wasn't anything.
Looking towards the Albion was a big wooden stand, which my father helped build in about 22 or 23. They built it over the whole summer, and that was stood then until the mid-70s.
The Chase Wakes was a local annual event held the first Saturday of August, midweek of the traditional 2 weeks annual holiday. The wakes were held on the old sports ground.
It was what we used to call the colliery ground. There was a big grandstand and the admission was at the gate through a turnstile.
It was absolutely marvellous. It really was. It was something that you came to every year. You never missed it.
Well, they used to come down Triangle and up the Triangle Hill to Chasetown, and we used to go down there and stand waiting for them so as we could walk alongside. And of course that's a very memorable occasion.
The drums would strike up usually around midday. An audience anxiously lined the streets waiting for the procession to pass by. There were many excited children. Collection buckets were allocated. The volunteer collectors rattling their buckets for spare coins people gave generously.
On the day of the wakes, everybody would get up really excited. And we used to ride around the streets and it was a lovely atmosphere. But in those days, like, everybody came out of the houses and lined the streets.
We used to come out of the house, stand in front of the shop and watch all the floats and things go up with the kids and throwing pennies in the floats and whatnot. And then we used to walk up behind the last of the procession and into the sports field.
We remember the Burnwood Wakes, it was called the Chase Wakes, in the 70s. So we remember that amazing procession of floats going through the town. It was an atmosphere of joy, of happiness, of friendship and relationship building throughout the town.
The procession proceeded down Chasetown High Street on a busy Saturday afternoon, turning at the junction public house into Queen Street, and proceeded to Springle Road and onto Beach Cross Road, heading towards Chase Terrace. The public would wave flags, clap and cheer loudly, making us feel proud and very honoured to be part of the procession.
Going to the Burnwood Chase Wakes in 1978, and I was actually on a float. It was a Hawaiian themed float, and everyone seemed to get involved.
There was a crowd of individuals, very often children, reenacting some sort of scene on the lorry. I don't know whether you could even do that now with health and safety.
It's hard to believe street pride with bands and floats are almost a thing of the past, something that was a massive part of my teenage life. Duty would call and the band members would line up waiting for the drums to roll.
There used to be not just the Bluebirds, there used to be 5 or 6 different bands.
I really miss the jazz bands that used to play. The Bluebirds were our local band, and they were brilliant.
I was very fortunate to be a member of the Burnford Bluebirds Jazz Band, and I used to actually lead the Bluebirds. I was their first leader. Chase Wakes to me is all about the jazz band and about the fact that it's new friends that have lasted a lifetime.
There'd be an open area with, I think, a rope going round. People could then sit or stand around the edge of it.
I remember going and sitting up in the old grandstand, wooden. Yeah, it just stood very on its own. Oh, it was like a big barn with really basic seat, like wooden planks, but yeah, it was huge.
Some of the show jumping people were quite well known. I think one was called Wilf White, who had a horse called Nice Fella, and when he went over the jumps he always kicked back with his legs.
I can remember the atmosphere on the field being tremendous. Sunny days, it always seemed sunny, I don't know why, but it did.
Everyone was prepared for all weathers, bringing with them deck chairs, sun cream, windbreakers, pack lunches and umbrellas.
It was absolutely the highlight of the year for us. New dresses, new sandals, new white socks, and he spent 2 days at Chase Wakes. It seems that the sun always used to shine, but probably didn't.
There always used to be like an area in the middle with a show on of some sort, motorbikes or people on BMX bikes or the dogs doing stunts.
I also remember the dog shows, the motorcycle shows.
It was our major event. We used to sit outside the old spot garage down the bottom of Chasetown, waiting for them to arrive, the fair.
Yes, Back Cornish Fair always used to
and
go.
it used to fill that field.
Yeah,
it was a
always
big
used to fill.
fair. Yeah.
And then I can remember vaguely the fair in the evening and having cinder toffee and candy floss, because we didn't have access to any of that unless it was an event like this. It isn't like now.
bumping cars with a round of Roma and was always centre of the fair, and we was allowed to actually bump.
I remember a thing called musical cars, where the cars drove around the perimeter,
and it was like musical chairs, but they had to jump into this car, and my mum won it, and that was at the Wakes.
I would like to see about Castle and Donkey Ride and Hook the Duck.
They did one year some camel racing, so that was fun. I think they've also done donkey racing or horse fair racing.
I've never rode a horse in my whole life, so I get volunteered. I jump on the horse, stop him, I pull his head off, come here, little, stop! Sitting there racing, bouncing up and down, it was enjoyable. It's what Chase Wakes should be. It was a good day, very good family entertaining day.
But unfortunately, it then seemed to disappear. And there's reincarnated at the rugby club.
One particularly I remember well, we had about 8,000 to 9,000 people there. We had States Choir there. And then we had some great tribute bands like Beatles and Stones and people like that. Burnwood Wakes, because it was a big mining area, that's the one place everybody come together as a community. And what I felt that we still needed something that was going to bring people together and recognise Burnwood as their own.
It did something for both Chasetown and Chase Terrace that nothing else could really do. That was simply bring the community together. And this was a highlight of the year that happened each year. But I believe that there's going to be a revival of Burntwood Wakes.
Apart from Burntwood Wakes, I think what else could we put instead of that thing? You have to go just to see it. You can't not come to Burntwood and not see the Burntwood Wakes.
But it was a memorable event. Chase Wakes was a memorable event.
So yeah, it was, in my life, it was something that I cherished and part of my heritage, I suppose. It was just a satisfaction seeing people enjoy themselves and kids, and to me that's what the Wakes was about.
Burntwood Wakes has been in Burntwood for ages, and I think if we lose Burntwood Wakes, we might lose Burntwood's thing, because Burntwood has a thing.